Bottles of this sort were made in vast quantities in the 3rd and 4th centuries. They have cracked-off rims. These bottles are not particularly small, nor are they particularly thin, so they require a fair amount of glass. In this case, I make what I call a coating gather. I let it cool for about 5 or 10 seconds, and then gather more glass on top. The blowpipe head has a diameter of about 1 inch. It's slightly larger than I typically use. The wood block is used to shape the gather. This is cherry wood soaked in water, and it gives the gather a nice egg shape. Air is blown into the blowpipe, and as with all blown glass vessels, it's essential to keep the bottom, the center, the thickest part. So the glass is left a little bit thick. The tip is rolled gently on the cold metal marver. Air is blown in more, the bubble gets a little larger, the tip is cooled again, and this is a nice setup for the subsequent blowing. I blow the bubble a little bigger, make a broad constriction to begin to articulate the neck from the bulbous vessel body. And this tubular neck at its narrowest needs to be cooled. I use the rubber blowhose to replace an assistant blowing when I need air pressure, and this will allow me to use the jacks while I'm blowing. So the bubble is blown bigger, the neck is pulled outward, a constriction is made near the blowpipe. I eventually have to break this off the blowpipe. And now the bulbous lower part is reheated. It's blown forcefully. The jacks are held against the bottom to create the characteristic oblate spheroid profile. And this is broken off the blowpipe and placed in the annealing oven. Note that there's no punty mark. There are various ways to crack off the excess glass. One is to make a scratch with a diamond and use a torch to heat the circumference. This is undoubtedly a modern technique. It's very effective, and it creates a very sharp rim that has to be smoothed immediately. In this case, a hot ring is used and held at the base of the funnel shape, and it scratches the glass and delivers the heat simultaneously exactly where it's needed. It is a very effective means of creating a cracked-off rim. Some vessels of this period, 3rd and 4th century, have at their top a funnel-shaped feature, which certainly is functional in that it would make it easier to pour liquids in them, but also for cracking off it's functional. It makes that easier using a special hot conical tool. A conical tool, here made of glass, but it could be metal, works particularly well for the vessels with the funnel-shaped top. Again, the scratch is delivered exactly where the heat is delivered. And nearly every time it produces a clean, cracked-off rim. Many of the vessels of this period are of a shape that can't be turned easily, so the ring or the conical tool works particularly well for the cracking off process. Sometimes things go wrong with cracking off. Here was an experiment trying to use cracking off in the more modern way of applying the heat with a torch. The hot cone system almost never fails.